Welcome to episode 10 of SmackDown. WWE CJ rolls through St. Louis, Missouri at the Enterprise Center, Randy Orton's hometown. And Randy Orton, well, he's going to be live tonight later on during the show, but we're going to kick things off with Tiffany Stratton defending her Women's Championship in a steel cage match versus Bayley. A strong start as we start off the road WrestleMania on the SmackDown side. We saw what went on Raw. We saw the return of Brock Lesnar and the debut of Royce Keys. Now we're here on SmackDown. Confirmed for WrestleMania, John Cena will defend the Undisputed Championship versus LA Knight. Main event of night one, and that is official. Nia Jax will defend the Women's Championship versus Becky Lynch on night one. They faced off before. They're going to face off yet again at WrestleMania on the grandest stage of them all. Is the reign of Nia Jax going to finally end? We're going to find out. Also confirmed just now, Trick Williams will defend the United States Championship versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton, who made his return at the Elimination Chamber, attacking Trick Williams after his match versus Sami Zayn. Confirmed for night two, the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Alexa Bliss, takes on Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Undisputed Championship. That's only if Tiffany Stratton is able to retain her title tonight versus Bayley. Confirmed for your main event of night two, Seth Rollins will defend the World Heavyweight Championship versus Oba Femi. The Men's Royal Rumble winner, trying to end the reigns of Seth Rollins. That has just started from the Royal Rumble in Quebec City. Steel cage match to kick things off, though, on SmackDown tonight. Can Bayley dethrone Tiffany Stratton and go on to face Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania? We're going to find out. Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho, the two losers from the Elimination Chamber. Sami Zayn, who lost to Trick Williams, Chris Jericho, who lost to John Cena. They're going to face off in singles action tonight. In our main event tonight, though, the Bloodline, the MFTs, take on the Street Profits, and the winners will go on and take on Swervy and Bouncy for the Tag Team Championships on SmackDown on the next SmackDown episode. And Randy Orton, live in St. Louis tonight, will end the show on SmackDown live from St. Louis. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell to get all the news and all the new releases from CJ Wrestling's YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. And the road to WrestleMania officially begins. Oh, come on. That's The Rock bringing in, I believe that is Bad Bunny. The Rock bringing in a severely damaged Bad Bunny, the global superstar Bad Bunny. Are you kidding me? Bad Bunny teamed with LA Knight at the Royal Rumble and defeated Cena and Travis Scott before The Rock returned to attack LA Knight. Bad Bunny knows LA Knight very well. LA Knight knows Bad Bunny very well. Is this a message? Actually, that's not even a question. This is a message clearly getting sent to LA Knight as The Rock hits a rock bottom to Bad Bunny. And just look at the face of Bad Bunny. All bloody, and we can see the blood going on the ground. And look at Bad Bunny. Not in a great place right now, as The Rock dismantles Bunny on the outside. And now grabbing a microphone.
Finally, The Rock has come back to St. Louis before The Rock says another word. Everybody wants to know why Bad Bunny is laid out. It wasn't personal. Bad Bunny was just standing next to the wrong man. Bad Bunny, The Rock didn't do it because of you. The Rock did it because he knew exactly what it would do to LA Knight. See, The Rock remembers the Royal Rumble. The Rock remembers you two standing side by side. The Rock remembers you fighting together. The Rock remembers you calling each other friends. So The Rock figured if he wanted LA Knight's attention, why not make him watch his little buddy get destroyed? Mission accomplished. Now, LA Knight, come on out here, because The Rock has a question. How in the blue hell are you headed to WrestleMania? The Rock got screwed. Let's go back to Italy. The very first SmackDown of WWE 2K26. The Rock had John Cena beat. Everybody knows it. The millions and millions of The Rock's fans know it. But somehow, The Rock gets shoved aside, and now WWE wants LA Knight and John Cena at WrestleMania. The Rock says that's the biggest pile of monkey crap he's ever heard. LA Knight, you walk around screaming, yeah, like that makes you a superstar. John Cena, you walk around acting like you're still the face that runs the place. The Rock doesn't care about your catchphrases. The Rock doesn't care about your merchandise.
The undisputed champion, John Cena. John Cena interrupting The Rock. The Rock, who still believes he was robbed after his Italy title match against Cena. And he was blaming, obviously, LA Knight. But now John Cena, who's here, who's going to defend the undisputed championship versus LA Knight. It will be Cena and Knight at WrestleMania. The Rock clearly finding that to be injustice. And oh, the megastar. The megastar. LA Knight. Just talking about him. He's here in St. Louis. And now it's Cena and LA Knight. Looking at The Rock from far. And now both running towards the final boss. Entering the ring is Cena hitting a crossbody on The Rock. And now it's LA Knight and John Cena assaulting The Rock. Cena and Knight don't like each other, but they have one thing in common, and that's hating on The Rock. And they both do that very well, and they're both showing that here, attacking the final boss. And now John Cena has The Rock up on his shoulders. And now, attitude adjustment, going for another one. John Cena going for another attitude adjustment, and that connects. Cena with a second attitude adjustment, and now it's LA Knight taunting, and also Cena taunting the crowd, but LA Knight with a BFT to The Rock. Guys, I'm looking at you all from my office, and I have had enough. Next episode of SmackDown, Rock, you're going to have to find yourself a tag team partner, because it will be you and your mystery tag team partner versus John Cena and LA Knight. That's it. I had enough. Well, would you look at that? The SmackDown General Manager Skeletor announcing that John Cena and LA Knight are going to have to team up on the next SmackDown episode, even though they're facing at WrestleMania. Episode 17, by the way, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Skeletor announced that they're going to have to team up on the next SmackDown episode in Kansas City versus The Rock and the Mystery Superstar. The Rock's gonna have to find someone to team up with and go on to face John Cena and LA Knight. Insanity here to kick things off.
Oh, St. Louis, Is it good to be back or maybe not? I don't know. The vibe feels a little off tonight. Maybe it's all this whoop that trick nonsense.
Ah! Randy Ortonhausen. Very nice. Very evil. Danhausen has been looking for you all night. Everyone talks about the Viper, the apex predator, but Danhausen sees something different. Danhausen sees angry Randy, not happy Randy. So therefore, you are.
Happy Randy, my ass.
But I'm sorry. Oh, crap.
The poor Danhausen. Danhausen was about to curse Randy Orton, but Randy Orton was able to to throw Danhausen on a table before the curse. So smart for Randy Orton. Now up next, Tiffany Stratton defends her Women's Championship versus Bayley in a steel cage match. Now Tiffany Stratton enters as your Women's Champion. She has a record of 4-2. She's going to defend against Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania if she's able to retain versus Bayley tonight. And if she's able to defeat Bayley, well then she goes on to WrestleMania. Don't forget Randy Orton. We did see him backstage, but he will still be with us live tonight in front of St. Louis to end the show. Bayley on the other side, entering with a 16.7% win rate. Not very good for Bayley. She's 1-1-4. She lost via disqualification to Alexa after Tiffany interfered on episode 7, which is why we're getting this match. Skeletor found that, there was some sort of injustice and that Bayley, deserves a fair shot to Tiffany Stratton's championship and a fair shot at Tiffany, right? Tiffany got involved in Bayley's business on the last SmackDown episode, so it's only fair for Bayley to get her hands on Tiffany Stratton tonight. She's been chasing Tiffany for weeks, for months. We've seen this title match before in WWE 2K25 on a SmackDown episode in San Jose in Bayley's hometown. It did not go Bayley's way. This time they're locked inside a steel cage. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We're ending this between Bayley and Tiffany Stratton, and the winner is going to go on to face Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Lots of stakes here. They're going to go on to face, though, an Alexa Bliss who's red hot. She's 3-0, and she is not lost in this universe mode. So that's up next here between Tiffany Stratton and Bayley. The Women's Championship on the line. Tiffany Stratton, who has been champion for quite some time. She was able to grab and capture the championship at SummerSlam in Chicago, so it's been quite a while here. She's defending the Undisputed Women's Championship inside a steel cage. Probably the toughest matchup of her career versus one of the greatest women to ever do it, Bayley. Tiffany Stratton offering the hand to Bayley, and Bayley obviously accepting. These women have respect for each other, that's for sure. But Bayley, with Tiffany's interference on the last SmackDown episode when Bayley was facing Alexa Bliss, well, it caused Bayley to be a little frustrated, and well, because of that, she's locked inside a steel cage. Maybe that was the wrong option, for Bayley, as she just got sent into the steel cage, and now Tiffany Stratton was about to spear Bayley onto the steel cage. Not good for Bayley, but now it's Bayley throwing Tiffany on the steel cage. And a huge inverted DDT. As Bayley now throwing Tiffany on the steel. The steel cage will be used as a weapon. That is for sure, as Bayley sending Tiffany Stratton in the corner. And now Bayley, the knees to the midsection of Tiffany Stratton. And now it's Bayley with a suplex. But no, Tiffany Stratton reversing it. And now hitting the back of Bayley's left leg. And now Stratton just slamming the head of Bayley. And now with a double axe handle, running double axe handle to Bayley. Now Stratton crossbody. Crossbody to the role model. As she now goes on the middle rope. And a splash reversed by Bayley. Bayley dodging the splash. Good for her. Now a severe drop kick to the back of Tiffany. And now is Bayley trying to escape here. Again, to win this match, you can either pin your opponent, submit your opponent, escape through the door of the cage, or just climb the steel cage. Bayley, that's what she's trying to do, but it's Tiffany Stratton in a power position, and she power bombs Bayley. Power bomb to Bayley. Tiffy stands tall, at least for now. Welcome back to SmackDown live from St. Louis, Missouri at the Enterprise Center. Tiffany Stratton defends her Women's Undisputed Championship versus Bayley inside a steel cage. Lots of implications here. The winner obviously will be your SmackDown Women's Champion, but they go on to WrestleMania in Atlanta on episode 17 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to defend their title versus the Women's Royal Rumble winner Alexa Bliss, who, let me note, has a 100% win rate. She is 3-0 in this card. So Alexa Bliss currently on a hot streak, and these women just battling it out inside the steel cage. But now with Bayley with a roast plant to Tiffany Stratton for the victory. And Stratton kicking out at 2.5. Kick out at 2. St. Louis is in for an excellent SmackDown episode, that's for sure. CJ Wrestling offers incredible WWE CJ Universe Mode episodes every single week, as Tiffany Stratton was able to dodge the crossbody from Bayley, and now Tiffany Stratton from the ropes with the double axe handle. And Tiffany Stratton with another double axe handle to Bayley. Going for another one that connects hard. And now Stratton with another one. Stratton on fire. The Women's Champion, though, this time not working in her favor. And now it's Bayley. Look at that technicality from the role model. Going for the victory here. And a close one there. Close call. Bayley almost securing her first Women's Championship in this universe mode. In WWE CJ. Again, this universe mode is called WWE CJ. This series is called WWE CJ. We're always going to refer to it as WWE CJ. With Bayley, Bayley ringing the ears of Tiffany. And oh my goodness, Tiffany Stratton looked to fight back, but it's Bayley continuing her assault on the Women's Champion. And now it's all Bayley for now, as the role model looking to escape the cage here. And Bayley is she's on top. Bayley's on top. And it's Tiffany Stratton, though, looking to climb up, but it's Bayley. Bayley kicking Tiffany out, and she's going on top. 2 feet on top of the cage. On the rim of the steel cage, diving crossbody from the cage. Bayley going airborne here in St. Louis. And now with another rose plant to Tiffany Stratton. And now Bayley with a Bayley to belly suplex to Tiffany Stratton. And now sending her on the steel cage. And Bayley's asking for the door again. For now, it is Tiffany Stratton versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, but it could all change if Bayley's able to defeat Tiffany Stratton tonight. Bayley, though, had an opportunity to escape the cage, though. She was right there on top. And now the door just seemingly was not going to open, and Tiffany Stratton's able to hit her signature move, and now it's the Women's Champion asking for the door to be opened. Did the referee even try to open the door for Bayley? But now it's Bayley bashing Tiffany in the corner. And now a running knee as the door was opened for Stratton to escape. But no time for Stratton. Now it's Tiffany. Oh my goodness, what a maneuver. And now it's Tiffany with her finishing move. The prettiest moonsault to Bayley. And now Tiffany Stratton climbing the steel cage as she just hit her finishing move on Bayley, the prettiest moonsault. Bayley back up though on her feet, climbing the cage alongside Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton though ahead of Bayley. She's almost there. But now Bayley able to go on top with Tiffany. She's caught up to her, and now both women on top of the steel cage. It does not look good for both of them. Only one can escape, and that's the problem right now, is that there's two human beings on top of the steel cage, and only one can survive. Only one can survive, and one will possibly get thrown out from their current position. As Stratton continuing to deliver punches to Bayley. Stratton, though, climbing down, trying to find another way to potentially throw off Bayley. It's not looking good. That was Bayley. Oh my goodness. Bayley's going to escape. The role model is about to become our new women's champion. Tiffany going back up. Bayley's about to escape. And now Stratton delivering a punch to the neck of Bayley. The undisputed champion on the women's side is on the line here. And Bayley, Bayley getting thrown onto the ring from above. And Tiffany Stratton will do what Bayley should have done earlier. Instead of creating this highlight reel moment and jumping off the steel cage, Tiffany Stratton will do the right thing and escape the cage. And Tiffany Stratton is still your women's undisputed champion as Bayley watches on, and Bayley unfortunately suffering yet another L on SmackDown. Her record now stands at 1-1-5, while Tiffany Stratton improves her record to 5-0-2. Stratton, incredible victory for her, as it is official. She's going to WrestleMania to defend the Women's Undisputed Championship versus Alexa Bliss. But a poor Bayley, who just continues to lose momentum on the SmackDown brand, unfortunately for her. But Stratton with another great victory. And she is still your women's undisputed champion. And she's going to await Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Ahoy, the pirates are here. There's no time to waste. Don't you dare disappear. This is a fight you need to face. You cannot hide nor run. The cannons don't have time. This combat has just begun. This is your fault. It is your crime. Quite the surprise in St. Louis. We have not seen Aleister Black since the Royal Rumble, where Uncle Howdy eliminated Aleister Black. Yes, Uncle Howdy. Aleister Black joined the Wyatt Six at SummerSlam in Chicago to give them the SmackDown Tag Team titles at the time. But now the Wyatt Six now really only consists of Aleister Black and Uncle Howdy. Eric Rowan got kicked out a month ago. Now it's just them, but at the Royal Rumble, Uncle Howdy eliminated Aleister Black. I don't know what Aleister Black thinks about this. He's coming out, though, here without Uncle Howdy. We have not seen Uncle Howdy since the Royal Rumble as well. What's going on in the Wyatt Six? I'd like to get some answers here. I think the WWE CJ Universe wants some answers on the Wyatt Six's status. Aleister, who has a record of 1-0-1 here. And we're excited to see what's next for him. We might get some answers here, though, in St. Louis. What does Aleister Black have to say?
At the Royal Rumble in Quebec City, Uncle Howdy eliminated me. I've spent weeks asking myself one question. Why? Why would a member of my own family do that? The Wyatt Six. What even is it now? It's just you and me. So tell me, Uncle Howdy, was it jealousy? Was it fear? Or have you become nothing more than a coward hiding behind a mask? You wanted my attention. Well, you've got it. Uncle Howdy, get out here. We need to talk. Or are you just a little bitch?
And Aleister Black, who called out Uncle Howdy, but there's no trace of Uncle Howdy. Howdy not showing up, and Aleister Black is clearly angry. We see him getting the cover of the announcer's table off, grabbing a table, throwing it, a trash can now. What is Aleister Black? What's his mind said right now? He's just raging here in St. Louis. He wants answers from Uncle Howdy, but there's no sign of Uncle Howdy anywhere. Not in St. Louis, and Howdy's not on social media. Nothing. Now Aleister Black going on our referee here, who's acting as a security guard, and oh my goodness, oh my god. And now we get some security here, but Aleister Black targeting the security. That is Magic Johnny, who's our security guard here for the night, but he's also our main writer and analyst on WWE CJ's website. This is just brutal. Aleister Black's targeting WWE CJ employees. All because he's not getting what he wants. He's not getting an appearance from Uncle Howdy, as they're supposed to be in the Wyatt Six. But my question is this still even a thing, the Wyatt Six? And oh my god. You know what? This does not deserve any commentary. Aleister Black does not deserve this recognition right now. I'm just going to stay out of it. I'm not going to comment on anything that's going right now, because this is just brutal. We need more security here. Come on, we need more. Skeletor, the general manager. Even Haunted Jacob, the Raw general manager. You guys got to do something here. This is just pathetic. There's a team of medical bringing Magic Johnny out of the arena, bringing him backstage for further attention. Did he get like steel steps thrown at him and thumbtacks? This is insane. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Penta, hermano, we've been through everything together. We fought side by side and we fought each other. I know things got ugly between us. The United States Championship changed us and there are things we can't take back, but we're still brothers. Think about it. The tag team division needs us. When we're together, we're unstoppable. When we're together, everyone fears Los Hermanos. So what do you say, hermano? One more run.
Well, hey, I don't mind that. Former bitter rivals over the United States Championship. Now the Lucha Brothers might officially be back together. That's insane. Tonight, though, the Street Profits battling the Tongans, the Bloodline, the NFTs, whatever you want to call them. The winners facing Swerve and Bounty the following week. Also confirmed for the next SmackDown episode is Cena Knight versus The Rock and a Mystery Superstar. So the tag team division starting to boiling up here, and if the Lucha Brothers are going to reunite, well, that's insane. Chris Jericho versus Sami Zayn. And that's up next in St. Louis. Chris Jericho, who returned at the Royal Rumble in Quebec City, but then appeared in Greece, in Athens, Greece on SmackDown, where he lost versus LA Knight. He then lost in London at the Elimination Chamber. He lost the Undisputed title match versus John Cena. He has a record of 0-2. Not a great start for what we consider possibly one of the greatest ever doing pro wrestling. Chris Jericho is one of the greats, that's for sure. He's one of the greats. But then he's facing Sami Zayn, who's not been going any better for Sami Zayn. So this will be quite intriguing. Definitely, this match is to gain some momentum heading into WrestleMania, that's for sure. Well, we talked about how Chris Jericho has not been doing well. Well, Sami Zayn, I believe it is worse. He's 1-5. Recently lost an unsanctioned match to Trick Williams for the United States Championship. Had a feud with Trick Williams that has dominated the last months, and he lost twice versus Trick Williams. Once at the Royal Rumble, once at the Elimination Chamber. And we've also seen in the past, where he faced John Cena for the Undisputed Championship. It did not go in his favor. It has not gone in Sami Zayn's favor. It has not gone in Chris Jericho's favor. But it's going to go in someone's favor tonight, that's for sure. Also, thank you to referee Dan Engler, who's going to replace Johnny Tran, who got molested by Aleister Black earlier tonight, unfortunately for Johnny Tran. Yeah, it was Johnny Tran and Magic Johnny who got attacked by Aleister Black earlier here on SmackDown. But now both men locking it in here. Jericho with a headlock to Sami Zayn. We're here in St. Louis at the Enterprise Center. Randy Orton, the hometown hero, is looking to capture Trick Williams' United States Championship at WrestleMania. Randy Orton will be live with us tonight. The next Raw episode will be live from Cincinnati, Ohio, and the next SmackDown episode from Kansas City, as we continue the road to WrestleMania. And now it's Sami Zayn whipping Jericho. And now trying to spear him onto the outside. Now it's Chris Jericho climbing the top rope. Jericho with a dropkick, dodged by Sami. Both men colliding with each other. And now Sami Zayn here, going through the ropes. What is he looking to do? Both men colliding yet again. And now it's Jericho throwing Sami Zayn up in the air like a small tiny little rock. And now Jericho, oh! Incredible that he's able to do that still at his age. And now Jericho springboard kick to Sami. And Dan Engler counting to just 1. Again, Dan Engler, who's going to replace our referee Johnny Tran for the time being. Sami Zayn. An exploder suplex to Jericho. Now putting him back up to his feet. And now Sami Zayn. Irish whipping Jericho to the corner. And now it's Sami Zayn. What is he looking to do here? Going on top, and a tornado DDT by Sami Zayn. Incredible tornado DDT. And now a kick out at just 1. That's not what Sami Zayn was looking for, though. And now he's going to remove the turnbuckle pad. And yeah, well, that's just karma. That is just karma. As Jericho is going to use that exposed turnbuckle in his favor. That's just karma. That's what you get, Sami Zayn. Don't forget tonight's main event matchup. It's the Bloodline taking on the Street Profits, with the winners going on to face Swervy and Bouncy. And that's just unfortunate for Chris Jericho now, what we're seeing. The ref was too concentrated with that exposed turnbuckle, and Sami Zayn, who might just win it here, but no, we can get it too. And Jericho with a roll-up again. Those roll-ups now ending here. And both men face-to-face here. Lots of action already in this matchup. And now both men... Oh, but it's Jericho with the clothesline. Both men were going through the ropes. A very energetic run towards each other. But it was Jericho who was able to clothesline. But now it's Sami Zayn able to drop-kick the hell out of Chris Jericho. And now Sami Zayn, Swanton bomb to Chris Jericho. And a kick out at 2. A move used by Jeff Hardy, who's one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. Also a move used by one of Sami Zayn's best friends and also worst enemies, Kevin Owens. And Jericho trying to make Sami Zayn tap out or pass out. And now Sami, the knee to Jericho. As now Zayn going through the ropes, colliding with Jericho. But it's Jericho with a lariat to Sami Zayn, going for a little elbow drop. That hits. And Jericho yet again with another moonsault to Sami Zayn. And now Chris Jericho, Codebreaker! Codebreaker by Y2J. Trying to go for the walls of Jericho. Sami Zayn able to reverse that. Even though he just got hit by a Codebreaker, Sami Zayn still has some fight in him. He always does. He always has some fight in him. He never looks, though, to capitalize on all of that, though. But he might just do it here with Blue Thunder Bomb for the win. And the referee, Dan Engler, counting to 2. Kick out at 2 by Chris Jericho. As this one-on-one match continues here on SmackDown, an ad-free match. And also our main event involving the Bloodline and the Street Profits will be ad-free. So an incredible SmackDown here. Jericho able to stop Sami Zayn from celebrating. Sami Zayn took too much time celebrating, actually. You know, it's Chris Jericho who's looking to get the win here by submission. Again, Sami Zayn, who has a record of 1-0-5, and Jericho with a record of 0-0-1. Not great records. Sorry, 0-2 for Jericho. Not great records from both, that's for sure. But records sometimes mean nothing in wrestling. All it takes is one match, one opportunity. But now Sami Zayn with a Helluva Kick. Helluva Kick to Chris Jericho. And a Helluva Kick might just lead to a hell of a win. But oh, resiliency from Jericho. A resilient performance by Chris Jericho as he kicks out at 2.9. Live at the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, home of the St. Louis Blues. Now it's Jericho coming back with a fierce attack to Sami Zayn, tripping Sami. And Jericho's feeling it in St. Louis. He's feeling all the love, all the energy, going for a code breaker. Chris Jericho delivering it well. And now he's looking to end it here. Jericho. But maybe this ain't Chris Jericho's time. As Kevin Owens' theme song hits, and he's here in St. Louis from the back. Jericho now realizing a stunner by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, who's a part of the Raw roster, coming here to help Sami Zayn. Are you kidding me? Jericho, please kick out, but no, he couldn't. He couldn't. Sami Zayn picks up a victory for the first time in quite a while. Jericho had it. He had hit the code breaker. He was then going for the walls of Jericho. He was taunting the crowd. He was hyped up. He was hyped up because Jericho also needed a win. He lost to LA Knight in Greece. He lost to John Cena in London at Elimination Chamber. He had to get a victory, but it is Kevin Owens now teaming up with Sami Zayn, it seems like. Tonight's episode is all about the tag team division. I mean, we're getting a tag team match up next involving, to determine the number one contenders for Swerve and Bounty SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The Lucha Brothers reunited just earlier in the show. And now Sami Zayn and KO back together. Insane here on SmackDown.
So, next week, you and me.
Don't make it sound like I'm excited about it.
I'm not either. But after what The Rock did to Bad Bunny, somebody has to shut him up.
And whoever he finds as his mystery partner.
We don't have to like each other.
Good, because I don't.
But for one night, we get the job done.
Then at WrestleMania,
it's back to business.
And after we beat The Rock,
I'm coming for you.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Now get the fuck out of my face.
Well, they're truthful to each other. They're honest. They don't want to team up, but they're going to have to. And they probably want to team up just to eliminate The Rock out of this equation. The Rock has been like this little wasp, running around. But now up next, it's the Bloodline taking on the Street Profits, and the winners going on to face Swervy and Bouncy on the next SmackDown episode in Kansas City. The Bloodline making their entrance. It will be Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa participating in this match. JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, and Jacob Fatu will be ringside. Definitely the numbers game. That's something that they have the advantage every time. It's the numbers game. Solo Sikoa, who's supposed to be out there, but he got injured versus Bobby Lashley and Jon Moxley in Elimination Chamber qualifying match, where Bobby Lashley, he injured Solo Sikoa's ribs. Unfortunately for Solo Sikoa, the leader of this new version of the Bloodline. Well, this Bloodline was able to defeat Roman Reigns' team at Survivor Series War Games in Los Angeles. So they're ready for what's to come. It's the start of their SmackDown career. They've been on Raw for a while. They got traded to SmackDown though. So it'll be quite intriguing to see the MFTs going up versus the Street Profits here. The Street Profits are both 1-0-2. Their only win was against Pretty Deadly earlier in the year. And again, the winners, well, of this match, are going to go face Swervy and Bouncy on the next SmackDown episode in Kansas City for the SmackDown Tag Titles. The champions Swerve Strickland and Javon Evans. Incredible tag team that was just formed recently. They have a combined record of 5 wins and 1 loss. So, you know, incredible for Swerve Strickland and Swervy and Bouncy. For Javon Evans, sorry, who formed Swervy and Bouncy. And they're going to have to face the Street Profits or the Bloodline. So, it's definitely I think the Swervy and Bouncy are watching this match knowing that they're gonna face a tough challenge on the next SmackDown episode, that's for sure. Whether it's the Bloodline winning or the Street Profits winning. As it will be Tama Tonga and Angelo Dawkins kicking things off in this tag team match. Montez Ford, though, hitting Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga realizing, though, Angelo Dawkins was in the back. Smart by Tama Tonga. Now bashing the back of Angelo Dawkins and now drop kicking Montez Ford. Tama Tonga has already had enough of outside interference here. And now Tama Tonga. What a maneuver by Tama Tonga. As Angelo Dawkins is sent face first. Now Tama Tonga taking care of Angelo Dawkins. Now Tonga Loa going after Montez Ford. The Bloodline not messing around here. And now it's Montez Ford hitting Tonga Loa on the outside, and Tama Tonga taking care of the Angelo Dawkins. And now it's Montez Ford getting in the way of Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga is angry. He's angry at Montez Ford, but I don't think he sees Angelo Dawkins from the back. A roll-up from Angelo Dawkins for the win to face Swervy and Bouncy on the next SmackDown episode for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, but no, not just yet. And now Tama Tonga hurricane around at Angelo Dawkins. And now trying to go tag Tonga Loa, but he's not there. But Angelo Dawkins was able to tag Montez Ford. Street Profits having the advantage here. Tonga Loa was not in the corner because he was too busy harassing Montez Ford in the first place on the outside. That might have just cost Tama Tonga, you know. He tried to tag Tonga Loa. It was Montez Ford, though, who was able to get tagged in. And now a stunner to Tonga Loa, sending him to the outside. But oh. Montez Ford now springboard splash to Tama Tonga. We are on the road to WrestleMania in Atlanta. at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Two-night event, just like all other CJ Wrestling, WWE CJ PLE. Montez Ford is feeling it though. He tagged Angelo Dawkins. Now Angelo Dawkins jumping over Montez Ford to assault Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga clearly in the need of a tag. And now Dan Engler throwing the kendo stick outside of the ring. And Montez Ford, who's going after the Bloodline. The manager is there. Angelo Dawkins taking care of Tonga Loa, though, inside of the ring, hitting a signature move. And a kick out at 2. Lots of things are going on in this match. I apologize if I missed something. There's just a lot of chaos in this tag team match already. Angelo Dawkins with a suplex to Tama Tonga. Again, an ad-free main event. No ads. Because there's can't miss moments here in this tag team number 1 contenders match. And now it's Tama Tonga throwing Angelo Dawkins outside of the ring. Montez Ford getting in the ring with a springboard crossbody. He's not even the legal man. And now it's Tama Tonga with his finishing move to Montez Ford. A sort of future shock DDT by Tama Tonga. And now Tonga Loa with a knee to the face of Montez Ford. And now Tama Tonga taking care of Angelo Dawkins on the outside. While Tonga Loa throwing Montez Ford to the outside. I believe Angelo Dawkins is a legal man. As the ref is counting. The Bloodline don't want to win, though, by a count-out, right? They really want to show their pure dominance. The dominance that they have showed in the past in this universe mode. As now Tonga Loa throwing Angelo Dawkins into the corner. Tama Tonga able to punch Angelo. And now we can see Jacob Fatu getting involved in the corner. Again, Solo Sikoa, who's supposed to be out here with the Bloodline, but he got injured during an Elimination Chamber qualifying match versus Bobby Lashley and Jon Moxley. It was Bobby Lashley who speared the hell out of Solo Sikoa and fractured his ribs, unfortunately. And on the Bloodline with a tag team finisher here. Tama Tonga now going for the pin. But Montez Ford very late, able to get past Tonga Loa and then go on to break the pin. But now it's Tonga Loa in the corner, trying to hit a huge top rope move. But Angelo Dawkins taking care of Tama Tonga, but Tonga Loa able to get up. And these men are just all on X Games mode. They're all on something. Because they're just on beast mode here in this number 1 contenders match, which is our main event matchup. We do have Randy Orton up next, but this is our main event matchup. Angelo Dawkins spearing Tama Tonga. And now Dawkins Irish whipping Tama into the corner. And now Angelo Dawkins getting sent to the rope. Tama Tonga, and oh my goodness, the neck landing hard on the middle rope. And now Angelo Dawkins, trying to go for a knee to the back of the head of Tama Tonga. And now Angelo Dawkins tagging Montez Ford. And now Montez Ford now clotheslining Tama Tonga to the outside. And now, oh my goodness, I didn't see that, but he just hit a suicide dive on Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa. They were discussing outside there. Now it's Tama Tonga removing parts of the announcer's table. But now it's Montez Ford with a suicide dive. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, Montez Ford dropped Tama Tonga and even his tag team partner accidentally, Angelo Dawkins, but it's the way that Montez Ford landed on the announcer's table. What an aggressive, what a harsh landing that Montez Ford just witnessed. Actually, he was not a witness, he was part of it. He was part of the hard fall, but now Tama Tonga, it's not looking good for Tama Tonga as Montez Ford from the top rope. Holy smokes! Splash onto the announcer's table. Montez Ford pure insanity here in St. Louis as they look to win this #1 contenders match and go on to face Swervy and Bounty on the next episode of SmackDown. It was Montez who was able to spear Tonga Loa onto the outside. I believe he even hit Tala Tonga. And Montez Ford with a frog splash to Tama Tonga for the win, but it's Tonga Loa able to get there before Angelo Dawkins. Don't forget, we still got Randy Orton live here in St. Louis. Again, an ad-free main event here between the Street Profits and the MFTs. Angelo Dawkins yet again with a signature move to Tama Tonga. Montez Ford for the win. Angelo Dawkins just jumped on JC Mateo, but oh, how does he kick out? How does Tama Tonga kick out of that? It's not Montez Ford going for his finishing frog splash. He's able to hit that. Going for another finishing frog splash. Tonga Loa though able to interfere, not letting that happen. And now Tonga Loa with a crossbody to Montez Ford. Lots of chaos, lots of action. Tremendous action in this main event. But now it's Tama Tonga with his finishing move to Montez Ford. And now Tama Tonga hitting a stunner to Angelo Dawkins, sending him to the outside. He's out. Angelo Dawkins is out. And it really started from Tonga Loa's interference when Montez Ford was about to hit that frog splash. That second frog splash with... Maybe Montez Ford shouldn't have gone for that second frog splash as the Bloodline, the MFTs, My Family Tree, have successfully defeated the Street Profits, and they go on to face Swervy and Bouncy, the champion, Swerve Strickland, Javon Evans, in Kansas City on the next SmackDown episode. The SmackDown Tag Team titles will be on the line. I believe it will be the first title defense for Swervy and Bouncy. We have not seen them in quite a while. Well, I am very happy that this SmackDown episode is quite, delivered in terms of the tag team division. Like I mentioned, this incredible matchup. We've got the Lucha Brothers reunited. We've got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens seemingly back together. And we've got a dangerous Bloodline going after Swervy and Bouncy on the next SmackDown episode. It is official. Kansas City, Swervy and Bouncy versus the Bloodline for those SmackDown Tag Team Championship. An unpredictable fight, that's for sure. An incredible SmackDown episode live from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Thank you guys for hosting this SmackDown episode. On Raw though, on the next episode of WWE CJ Intercontinental Championship match, MJF will defend versus a mystery superstar. MJF will be hosting an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. That will be interesting. Jey Uso finally gets his hands on Shinsuke Nakamura, who was the masked man. He injured Jey Uso a month ago, and they will face off in a no interference match. No one can interfere in the match. Absolutely no one. Everyone is barred from ringside, basically. The Hardy Boys will defend the Raw Tag Team Championship versus Fraxium. Very excited for that one, as we have a championship match involving the tag team titles. Oba Femi, Seth Rollins will then sign the contract, sign the dotted line for the WrestleMania main event. How about on the next SmackDown episode? 2 weeks from now, Cody Rhodes is back in Kansas City. What's next for Cody Rhodes? What will he be doing at WrestleMania in Atlanta, in his hometown? We might get some answers on the next SmackDown episode. Swervy and Bouncy will obviously defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championship versus the Bloodline. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa battling Javon Evans and Swerve Strickland. And obviously big main event match in Kansas City. John Cena and LA Knight battle The Rock and the Mystery Superstar. Live from Kansas City, yes, John Cena and LA Knight will have to team up against The Rock. How about WrestleMania? How about we take a look at WrestleMania Night 1? John Cena will defend the Undisputed Championship versus the Men's Elimination Chamber winner, LA Knight. They faced off in the past. They faced off at Survivor Series. It was not fair. They faced off on a SmackDown episode. It was fair. But hey, LA Knight yet again battling John Cena. Nia Jax defending the Women's Championship versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch, who is the Women's Elimination Chamber winner. Trick Williams, who defends the United States Championship versus Randy Orton, the man who punt kicked him at Elimination Chamber. All goes down on night 1 of WrestleMania. How about night 2? Tiffany Stratton defends the Women's Championship versus Alexa Bliss, the Women's Royal Rumble winner. A much more violent Alexa Bliss, a different version of Alexa Bliss, and, you know, undefeated Alexa Bliss. Seth Rollins defends the World Heavyweight Championship versus Oba Femi, the Men's Royal Rumble winner, in the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. Let's take a look at what happened to Randy Orton and Trick Williams at Elimination Chamber. One of the grandest prizes in the whole entire world of wrestling, as Trick Williams continues to celebrate with this amazing crowd in London. And oh my goodness, that's the Viper, Randy Orton, the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer strikes. Randy Orton assaulting Trick Williams. And I believe this is for one reason only. Randy Orton wants to punt himself back into the United States Championship division. Randy Orton punts Trick Williams. And the ultimate act of disrespect by Randy Orton, shattering Trick Williams' victory here at the Wembley Stadium. And Randy Orton returning They are so loud for Randy Orton. Obviously, we're in St. Louis, Randy Orton's hometown. So despite the actions from Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber, where he attacked it immediately, he attacked Trick Williams immediately after Trick Williams' match versus Sami Zayn, where he punt kicked him. Yeah, punt kicked him. Well, look, tonight, St. Louis decided that they love Randy Orton. Some people around the world might dislike Randy Orton for his actions. But at this point of Randy Orton's career, how can you not love RKO? How can you not love the Viper? How can you not love the Legend Killer? How can you not love the Apex Predator? How can you not freaking love Randy Orton? Orton is live here in St. Louis up next in what has been an incredible SmackDown episode.
St. Louis, it's good to be home. I've heard people asking why I came back at Elimination Chamber. Why I punted Trick Williams after his match with Sami Zayn. The answer is simple, because I could. Because after 25 years in this business, I've earned the right to decide who gets a future and who doesn't. Trick Williams thinks...
Whoop that trick. It was only a matter of time. Trick Williams, the United States champion, a record of 4-0-1, an 80% win rate, beat Sami Zayn twice, defended the title at Elimination Chamber in an unsanctioned match, and that is where Randy attacked him and hit a punt kick. Trick Williams definitely has some words. Why, Randy, why? Well, let's see what happens here. Trick Williams and Randy Orton go face to face.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You call yourself a legend, but all I see is a man who couldn't stand watching somebody else have their moment. You didn't punt me because you could. You punted me because you knew I was coming for your spot. You can fool these people because you're in your hometown, but I see right through you. At WrestleMania, I'm not chasing your legacy. I'm ending it. Whoop that trick.
Maybe your time is coming, just not while I'm still here.
And now it's Orton assaulting Trick Williams, and we might be in for a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Trick Williams assaulting Randy Orton, getting his hands on Randy. Trick Williams with the United States Championship, trying to hit Randy Orton. But now Randy Orton with the United States Championship, hitting Trick Williams. Oh my goodness, right on the face of Trick Williams. Randy Orton, who clearly told Trick Williams, you're not going to be the guy because I'm still here. So until Randy's gone, well, Randy Orton is still the Viper, the Apex Predator, and maybe one of the greatest of all time, as Randy Orton lifts the United States Championship and assaulting Williams. And Randy now just breaking the neck of Trick Williams. Orton yet again stands tall. Stood tall at Elimination Chamber. Stands tall in his hometown of St. Louis. Now it's Williams with a mic.
Hey, Randy, at WrestleMania, I will be the Legend Killer.
And now, Trick Williams throwing the microphone on Randy Orton. Trick saying that he's the Legend Killer. Randy Orton is angry though. Randy Orton is angry, but Trick Williams is fighting back. What a brawl we are getting here on SmackDown. These men just cannot wait until WrestleMania Night 1, where Trick Williams will defend the United States Championship versus Randy Orton in a first-time ever matchup in WWE CJ, as this brawl just continues to intensify. maybe I spoke too soon because at the end of the day, at the end of this episode, at the end of the night, Trick Williams, the United States champion, leaves standing tall as Trick Williams exits St. Louis. But Randy with some words.
Stand on that stage acting like you won something. Get your ass back in this ring or don't. Maybe you're exactly what I thought you were, all hype. You talk a big game, but when it's time to fight, you walk away like a little bitch. Go ahead, Trick, leave. You're just another asshole who thought he was ready for Randy Orton and found out real damn quick he wasn't.
Trick Williams leaving the arena, not even looking back at Randy Orton after what he said. Randy Orton calling him words that I won't repeat. But now it's Randy Orton who's chasing Trick Williams. And now Randy Orton, vicious strike to Trick Williams. Right next to the Titantron, right next to the backstage area. Randy Orton is fuming in his hometown of St. Louis. And now Orton, watch out, RKO on the United States Championship belt. As Orton, finally, I said Trick Williams stood tall, finally Randy Orton stands tall. And as Orton exits, but Randy's back, Randy's back, Lutez press. This fight just won't end here. Holy smokes! They just keep fighting and fighting and fighting. Are they even going to get to WrestleMania? That's the question. As Randy Orton, again, another strike with a championship. He's vicious. He's vicious, that's for sure. That's why we call him a Viper. We'll see you on the next SmackDown episode.